welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Stacey and I'm a mature student studying with the Open University towards a BA Honours in Childhood and Youth Studies. I'm currently in year 3 of 6 because I study part-time. So today I'd like to speak to you about a few things I do to take a break from studying. Most of them are creative, but there are a couple of other things popped in there. I know that at the moment we're all in the thick of it. We're all, head down. We're doing lots of TMAs and assignments and assessments and things like that. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all looking after our mental health, we're all looking after ourselves, and we can all have a little break from studying when we need to. So what I'm doing here is diamond art or diamond painting, sometimes it's called. Um, this is very similar to paint by numbers. So you have different coloured gems or drills, I think they're called, and you place them in the spot that is directed. So it will say, for example, number 2 on whatever the colour spot is, and then you pick up a gem that correlates as a number 2 and place it in that spot. And it's just a piece of sticky paper with a picture on it. And then it comes out as a pretty shiny, shimmery picture. It's very, you don't have to think about it too much, which I love. It makes it very meditative. You can do it while you watch TV, you can do it while you listen to a podcast, an audiobook, some music, or just in silence if you want. And you can also break it up. So you can do 10 minutes of it, you can do 5 minutes of it, you can do whatever it is that you have. You can do an hour if you're giving yourself an hour break. However long you have, you can spend time doing it and then pop it straight down and pop it away. So I love that, I can just do a bit here and there and then it's absolutely fine. I don't have to think about it anymore. And here you go, like I said, I like to do paint by numbers. So this is the slightly messier side. So it's very, very similar to what I've just shown you with the diamond art, but this is with paint. And I do both. I really enjoy both. I do tend to do the paint by numbers in the summer for some reason. I like to do it in the garden. I don't know why. That just seems to be how it works out, but I'm finishing this particular picture at the moment, so I love it. Again, very meditative. It's something that you can do while you're watching TV or listening to an audiobook, the same kind of thing as with the diamond art, but again, you don't have to focus too much on it. And sticking with the painting theme, I also like to watercolour. This is a fairly new hobby for me, but again, you can do it really quickly. It's something I will say that the paint by numbers, there's probably a little bit more cleanup, I guess, but with watercolours, again, I can just bring it out, do as much or as little as I like. I tend to choose like just tiny little practice things to do. Like this particular thing here took me about 5 minutes total. That's to get everything out, to get the water, and to put some paint on the paper. That was it. And yeah, I love it. I love that you can clear your mind with it. You're just focusing on what you're doing. Especially me, I have to really concentrate on watercolor actually because I am not very good at it. So I tend to sort of focus very heavily on watercolor. So it does completely give my brain a break from whatever it is I'm doing, but it's not something that takes a lot of time. It's not something that takes a lot of cleanup. I can literally just grab my sketchbook, my watercolor book, grab my watercolors and my little jar of water that I keep near my desk, and that's it. Just do a quick picture and then I'm done. And my brain is clear and I've had a little practice at something. So I love this for really quick breaks, but you can go into as much or as little detail with this as you'd like. And then we have journaling. So with journaling, I find it great that when I have too much on my mind and I'm struggling to focus on exactly what it is that I'm studying, um, sometimes I find that my mind is racing and I'm thinking about um, all of the appointments that I have and just things to do with Harrison or whatever it is. I journal or I'll write a list. If it's something like, oh, I must remember to do this, I must remember to do that, I'll write a list. Um, but yeah, I think if it's more general, I will journal. I'll just write it all out, get everything out on the page, and I find that it just helps to release my mind and make room for that studying. A great one for me is walking the dog, or just going for a walk if you don't have a dog, or walk your child, whoever. Um, for me, I find that the fresh air helps to wake me up a bit. So if I've been indoors and I'm at my screens and I'm feeling really lethargic, the fresh air will always wake me up, as obviously does the exercise. And I find that I think better on a walk too. So if I'm struggling with the TMA question, or I'm struggling to order my thoughts, and maybe to try and even like make up a critical argument or something like that, walking helps. And regardless of whether or not I actually want to, I find that I often end a walk with lots of voice notes to myself on my phone so I don't forget. And the little signs of spring really perk me up too. Um, this is another thing, just again on the same vein, is I'm mucking out the chickens here, with the under the watchful eye of Buzz, standing there like a king on his little stool. Um, but yeah, it's again getting me out in the fresh air. I'm doing something there's actually quite a bit of exercise because I'm shoveling out all of their sort of mulch and things like that. And it just gives me a bit of a serotonin boost anyway to spend time with them. But also I find that it's one of those things that, again, because I'm out in the fresh air and I'm doing something else, it tends to help me organise my thoughts. And then back to the craftiness. So I like to knit and crochet. Again, these activities are quite meditative if you know what you're doing, if you know the pattern. Otherwise, you have to concentrate quite well. I find I do. I have to concentrate on a pattern, so that will take my mind completely off it. But if it's a pattern that I'm used to, I can really get into quite a meditative state with it, and I tend to listen to true crime podcasts actually when I'm knitting or crocheting and I know the pattern. But otherwise, yeah, I just have to focus completely on the pattern if it's new to me, which means that, again, I'm not thinking about anything about my TMA or whatever I'm studying. I can just completely clear my mind. And again, it's something for me that I can pick up and put down. So I love it. And then you end up with these really lovely creations that you can wear. Or I like to crochet things for friends and family and things like that too. So you get something out of it as well, which is always nice. Now, I know I have tended to choose creativity as a way to take a break from studying in this video, but there is a reason for that. Due to my health at the moment, I am not able to do much more than what I have shown you on here. So, I will say though that creativity has always been something that I've used to protect and repair my mental health at times. And according to bupa.co.uk, quote, several studies have shown that creative hobbies such as art, writing, and music can reduce and even prevent stress, end quote. One thing I do stay away from completely is reading. The reason being that the module I'm currently studying is very reading heavy and it would absolutely not feel like a break. So I tend to leave my reading for pleasure to days when I am not studying. And I will leave you on that note with me creating some little journal charms slash phone charms. Yeah, I hope this has helped. Like I said, the links to some of the items I'm using in this video can be found in the description box below, as well as in my new Google document of links, which is on my new website, which again is linked in the description box. Let me know what you do as a study break in the comments. I'm always up to trying new hobbies. And have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Monday. Take care. Bye.